on Iwtv News.
Having trouble in the classroom? How about a refresher course? Learn how to teach like a pirate. Arr! Hungry? Want some green eggs and ham? Well, not quite, but close. Another Trojan War at Doc Ross Field. Big Blue winning all the battles. Spring break is here. How to nurse a vacation, patient care, and more.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello, I'm JJ Davis, and welcome to Iwtv News. All right, so it's spring break already. Students and teachers have taken a hike, but before the mass exodus, some instructors went back to school. Call it a refresher course, if you will, but with a twist. Class is in session, not just for students, but teachers. In an effort to become more of an open book, instructors at Iowa Western are opening up themselves to the book, Teach Like a Pirate.
When you walk by an open classroom, you can figure out if that instructor is either a lifeguard or a swimmer. And so I have tried to be a swimmer. I am most excited. I don't want to be a lifeguard.
I don't think I put my name on either.
I'm here for you. I want to be with my students. So when they walk in, I don't want to be on my computer. I don't want to be consumed with other things. I want to be right there with them.
7 of Iowa Western's finest teachers are right there. In class just before spring break, discussing the first 72 pages of a book by Dave Burgess, an award-winning former teacher, now consultant and keynote speaker.
I'm always looking for opportunities to improve what I do here. I want to make sure that the product that I give our students here at the college is top rate. I think I do have room for improvement.
Instead of being nice in your response, maybe you're passive aggressive or rude even.
Improvement doesn't always mean going by the book.
All right, so the functions, everybody ready?
For students to understand, kids must know they matter.
Yes, thank you.
So their opinions, their thoughts, what they care about, that matters a lot to me, and I want them to know that that reflects in my classes.
Harry Truman, just right.
It is pretty much a lecture format, but I supplement it with some video clips, some pictures on the PowerPoint. Also, I play music when it comes up and things like that.
I realize my students are worth way more than those catching up on those several emails. It's just way more important for me to be with them and immersed with them.
Someone that cares, that makes it fun in class and actually cares that you succeed.
It helps if they seem like they care as much as I do. Because if they don't care, I'm probably not going to care.
Iowa Western teachers care enough that they walk the plank with the book Teach Like a Pirate. Instructors are open to new ways of teaching while learning some hard lessons about themselves.
I always did not consider myself to be very creative. I thought some people had creativity and others didn't. I didn't. But I've realized that in truth it wasn't that I'm not creative, is that I was lazy.
They deserve all of us. And I say that about my own kids as well. I say they deserve all of me and the best of me. So I hope that this is something that's widespread and to take some of these messages to heart and really see this. When you walk by a classroom, are you seeing that instructor as a lifeguard or as a swimmer?
These teachers are swimming in it, learning to teach like a pirate. It's only the first meeting, but it's left a lasting impression. And in the end, X marks the spot. Everybody wins. Interesting. I found it interesting. I mean, in any job or career, one is always learning. But one must be willing to learn. So I say, bravo to the teachers here at Iowa Western. One of the key findings so far, Passion. It's my favorite word. It applies to pretty much everything. If you have a passion for something, then it's easier, period. I could see it in these teachers. The Iowa Western students are lucky. Now, are you a lifeguard or swimmer? Do teachers engage with their students the moment they enter the classroom or not? Undivided attention is required, and most important for instructors, to show they care, immersion. As teachers, to be totally immersed in the process, now into the wants and needs of their students. And how about creativity? The more creative, the better the learning process. And honestly, how about fun? Teaching like a pirate, fun as the learning continues. So does the winning. Can anyone stop the big blue machine? And it's a new world at Iowa Western. You can see it when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even brought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
With the recent shootings at that high school in Florida, school safety is pretty much on everyone's mind. Seems like schools can never take enough precautions. And so on that note, I'm sure you've seen some of these signs around campus. Of course, they're up for your protection. For more, here's Iwtv student Tapia Machegwa.
There is construction going around all around campus. Big, strange metal pieces are being placed all over entrances off buildings.
They're called bollards. So bollards are erected anywhere where you have a gathering space or a potential location where someone could drive a vehicle in or where they could cause some mass casualty damage. So you've seen the poles that are being installed in the concrete outside those doors right there. That's a great example. They'll be lowered down into concrete, probably around 3 or 4 feet worth of concrete, and they will come out in front of those doors to create a barrier so that no one can get in utilizing a vehicle in that sense.
With all the construction going on, it can get hard to get around from class to class. So I asked Kevin, why are we building these structures now?
It's part of our bond. So we petitioned for a bond through the city last year, and that bond was for the safety and security measures on Iowa Western's community college campus. So what we've done is we've increased, we've hardened the buildings. So we placed the bollards out front. We're increasing camera usage, the CCTV across campus. We are increasing our ability to use our proximity cards, locking doors, being able to lock the doors in a moment's notice when needed. That's the type of stuff they're going to be seeing coming across with this bond money. And that's part of why we're doing it now.
With another week of your exciting IWCC news, I'm Tapia Muchegwa.
Thanks, Tapia. And now it's time to paint this next yummy story green. I mean, why not? In the spirit of the holiday. Food with an Irish twist. Here's Iwtv student and resident leprechaun, Jesse Hauser.
Take a bite out of education. The Iowa Western Culinary Arts Club hosts a luncheon on March 16th. The luncheon takes place from 11 to 1 on the Iowa Western Council Bluffs campus. Culinary faculty Eric Ricard believes it is important that the students feel the stress of kitchen work.
So the event that we got going on in the back of our kitchen right now is a representation of our Friday luncheon program that we have through our a la carte class. So this gives students a live representation of what it's like to work in a kitchen, on the line, feeling the pressures of ticket times, and taking care of guests on a one-on-one basis with our first-year students acting as servers and then our second-year students in the back of the kitchen.
At the door, guests are greeted and waited on by first-year students, while the menu is arranged and prepared by their more experienced second-year peers. Proceeds from the luncheon go to the Culinary Students' National Restaurant Association trip to Chicago in May. The luncheon takes place 2 Fridays a month during the spring semester. For your Iowa Western News, I'm Jesse Hauser.
Thanks, Jesse. Of course, I'm sure now every student knows what this week is. Spring break, baby. Now, how many are coming and how many are going? Here's Iwtv student Carter Jensen.
Spring break is almost here. Iowa Western students talk about what their plans are.
Well, I plan to definitely get some rest, take a break from the hassles of school, and probably catch up on homework. At this point in the semester, it's kind of like, a lot of things in class are, moving pretty quickly, and I don't want anything to go over my head.
I live out of town, so I'll probably be out of town most of the time. But depends if I have friends in town that want to do things. It's spring break, I'll be hanging out with my friends. This will be the first year I'm making a trip down to the International House of Prayer. I went once before, that was at the New Year, and it was a fantastic event. So I just decided that this year I'd like to go 4 times.
For spring break, I'm just gonna go down to Missouri to see my mom. Yeah. Me and my mom might go to Nashville. In high school, I never really went on vacations during spring break, but I think for college, I'm definitely gonna go out of town every year.
Students also talk about why they need spring break.
I think spring break is super essential for students, especially in Iowa, because school is really hard, and stressful for a lot of kids, but then you also have winter time and you have less sun, less vitamin D, and people get really stressed. So spring break is a good reprieve to collect yourself and kind of just relax and prepare to come back and have a break.
Students will be on break starting March 19th and returning on the 26th. With your Iowa Western Television, I'm Carter Jansen.
Thanks, Carter. Hey, what about us, the teachers? Caught the nursing department as it headed out the door. But up next, the fun continues at the Reber Sports Complex. after the break.
Okay, it's decision time. I want flexibility, more doing, hands-on experience, and working sooner. I gotta make a choice. I want to get started, now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant. Behold, the angry giant.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
The Iowa Western baseball team continues to climb in the polls. Big Blue has cracked the top 10. Now, Reardon and the Reavers come in at number 10. I mean, it's expected with the winning streak and all. And a number of the games have ended in 5 innings. So can Big Blue keep it up? Here's Iwtv student Brian Tesmer.
10-2 Iowa Western hosting 6-5 Iowa Central in the first of a 4-game series. Bottom of the first here with Ryan Sullivan. He's going to start things off with a shot to third, cannot settle at E5. Then Ronald Sweeney lining one to right, going to score Hagen Homestead and then Tyler Reichenborn. It's 4-0 after 1. Keaton Wynn was doing his thing out on the mound. The sophomore going 5 innings. And we go to the bottom of the third with Bryden Eckhart singling up the middle. That's going to score 2 more. The home team, 13 total hits in this one, and it's 6-0 Reavers now. Same inning, Isaiah Peterson now. That one's carrying deep and right, and it has the distance. Goodbye, a 3-run shot, his second of the season. The Reavers now 9-0, and they would not let the scoring up. 5 more in this one. Keaton Wynn doesn't allow anything in this one. He racks up 9 strikeouts and only 1 hit. The Reavers roll the Tritons 14-0. Iowa Western sweeps the 4-game series, outscoring Iowa Central 19-3 in the next 3 games. For Iwtv Sports, I'm Brian Tesmer.
Thanks, Brian. Then comes the weekend and a 4-game set with the Trojans. Now, if it goes like the last few weekends, well then, piece of cake. The story of this game, walks and plenty of them. Second inning starter Sean Chandler walks a couple of batters, and then Ace Encarnacion bangs a base hit. 6-6, Bryce Ball just keeps on running. And the visitors are on the board. And then a comebacker. And it's a bad throw. Couple of more come in, and it's 3-0. Bottom of the second, the home team, couple of walks. And then John Hawk just goes the other way. Run comes in, and the Reavers have cut it to 1. Then in the third, just a double steal. Ryan Sullivan, who tripled, ties it up. Top of the fifth, another of 6 walks issued by 3 Big Blue pitchers. Fox Liam then rockets one to right. A 2-run shot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 5-3 North Iowa area. Now Iowa Western, 7 hits, 6th inning. Ryan Sullivan bangs a base hit. The tying run hits the dirt, and it's tied at 5. Top of the 7th, after a couple of more walks, the Trojans one of their 4 hits, and the visitors back up by 1. Make that 2. Bottom of the 7th, a couple of walks, a hit batter. The Reavers load the bases, no out. But Tyler Reichenborn just strikes out. And Hagen Homestead then flies out. The Trojans hold off Iowa Western 7-5.
The one thing they did that we didn't do, the one thing they did is they took advantage of when we walked guys, and they gave us freebies all day long. We were on the base paths, and we couldn't get that out or that hit when we really needed to.
It was back and forth the whole time. I mean, we did what we did, but I mean, overall, we beat ourselves. So I mean, there were situations that we should have came back and actually done some damage, but we didn't.
How tough was their left-hander?
He was good. He had some velo, had some tail on his fastball. His slider was sharp and cut a lot. He was a good pitcher.
2 of our 3 losses, we just beat ourselves, and so we've been a lot sharper than that. And I don't know what the story was with today and why we weren't, but I know this: we're getting ready to play another game, and if we don't find a little bit more sharpness, we're going to be in trouble again.
Iowa Western comes back to out-hit Nyack in Game 2, 5-4. The Trojans then split a pair with the Reavers the next day. 10th-ranked Big Blue goes 2-2 for the weekend. And finally, taking a break from the classroom, the Fab Four from the nursing department explains on the other side.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another
at
bad day
school
at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you.
getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Okay, it's decision time. I want to take classes I need, spend less time working to pay for them. I want flexibility to transfer my credits. I want to get started now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on, real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Papa!
So I was in need of some help, little patient care. It's the Friday before spring break. Needed to know what others are doing during the school holiday. And so I'm walking through the hallways, desperately in search of some answers, a prognosis, if you will, of the coming weeks ahead. And I found it, thanks to this Fab Four. Soon, everything is coming up green. But first, time to get up and take a break. The Center for Advanced Nursing and Allied Education is doing just that. Now, what's this Fab Four going to do for spring break?
For spring break, I'm picking up extra at the hospital and I'm cleaning my house. I told you it's boring. That's it. That's it. I told you boring.
For spring break, I will be visiting my son's class to be a mystery reader, and then he's in kindergarten, and then I am going to be cleaning my house. That's it.
I'm cooking possibly up to 150 meals, delivering to the elderly and sick, and then I plan on writing a book and an article. Why? Because I enjoy both.
I'm picking up extra shifts at the hospital. Pretty boring. Why? Because I enjoy still working as a nurse clinically.
And so, break time for the nursing department. Spring break and whatever rows your boat. Okay, so our second show is in the books. Good stuff. Now, yours truly is taking a break as well. I'll be back the following week along with the students. And so, for this latest edition of Iwtv News, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
Iwtv is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.